Alright, so this is the start of day 3. I know it's kind of late. It's like 1:30 to start a video, but the mule ride that I did mention about yesterday, it lasted about 3 hours and I wasn't allowed to take my phone on it. So that delayed the time, and we came back at around 12, and then we had to take like a 20-minute bus back to where we had to go. Then we grabbed some lunch, and yeah, so it just took a long while, so that's why I thought I'd start it right here. Um, there's the Grand Canyon right over there. We did take a bus up here, the red route. It's called the Village Transfer Route. Um, what else? That's the first time we ever took one of those buses. Here, I'm actually gonna walk over here just so I could show you the view of the Grand Canyon. Yes, I got a Mickey Mouse shirt on. And binoculars and stuff like that. Yeah, all this stuff was just basically used for my mule trip, which I said took 3 hours. Yeah, so there's the Grand Canyon right up there. And when we were on our trip, we passed by this area, like right over there. See like all those trees over there? I'll do that for you. Right over there, how it's covered in trees. We passed by an area that was like that. Not much as trees though, but it's still pretty good. The mules, there was one mule that was on our trip that had a pretty interesting story. So he was this big mule. Said he was only 14 years old, and he had this interesting story saying that he used to go on this other mule ride that goes down into the Grand Canyon. It takes about 5 hours to get down there because, like, restrooms, snack stops, and lunch and etc. So this horse, his name was Big Steve. Our guide says that what he used to do when he was on the trip to the Grand Canyon and down into the canyon is that near the creek, he would want to play around in the sand, so he'd just rub around. So that eventually happened too many times, so they just had to get him up and like pony him up, like tangle him up, yeah, and just take him to the 3-hour mule ride. Most of these mules that we rode today, they're all retired. Yeah, retired from the mule ride that goes into the Grand Canyon. A lot of them were about 18 to 25 years old. But like I said, that Big Steve mule was 14. So yeah, I'll pick you guys back up later, probably when we're on our bus trip back. We're at this place called Hermit's Rest, and then we're going to take a bus back, a red route, that goes all the way back to the village where we came from, like where we're staying at. So I'll pick you guys back up when we get on our bus. And, yeah, so pick you guys up from there. Yeah. Alright, so what's up? We just got off our bus to get back to the village that we originally started in. It was a very crowded trip back down, especially the last stop before we got here, just because there was a big group that had to get on. But thankfully, I still found a seat on the bus. So we're about to go back to our hotel rooms, get freshened up, and then, maybe walk around for like the next hour because we have a dinner reservation that's not until like, I don't know, 4:45 or something. Yeah, so basically just freshen up and just take it easy until then. Not really much going on. There's a train in the background. You just heard the horns. And the train tracks are all right there and stuff. So yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's down there.
Train.
Yeah, it's all the way down there. The Grand Canyon Railway Express. We're taking that train back to a place called Williams tomorrow. About a 2-hour trip, like I mentioned yesterday. Then from Williams, we're going to a place called Sedona tomorrow. Just staying at a Holiday Inn Express for the last 2 nights of this trip. So I guess I'll just catch you guys later when we're at the Grand Canyon after we eaten up. So see you guys later, and See, yeah. Alright, so as you can see, there's a Grand Canyon behind me. Got the sunset. There's still some nice colors. We're gonna be. This is the last night. We're gonna be staying in this part of our trip, and then we're gonna take the Grand Canyon Railway Express back tomorrow from Williams, where we came from yesterday. Tomorrow, our agenda on the we're gonna be like taking buses, like just through some old villages and just learn about them, and we're just like do the rest of that, and then tomorrow, as I mentioned, we're gonna take the Grand Canyon Railway back, and then we got another hour drive to a place called Sedona, and that's where we're gonna stay for the rest of this trip, and then the 5-hour drive back home. But you got your family to have you thrilled, so there's nothing to worry about. You got some fun family with you. Yeah, so there's not really much doing tomorrow. There's not really much to do left today, so this will end it for day 3 right here with the nice Grand Canyon behind me. So I'll see you guys tomorrow, maybe like when we're leaving our hotel. I'll just pick it up from there. Yeah, so have a good night.